Hey y'all, I'm Susan at the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. Homestead Happenings, Episode 15, Thanksgiving Traditions of Gratitude. Let's prepare to gather around the table and have a feast. Thanksgiving can often feel overwhelming and rushed, especially if you are the cook. Whether you are focused on the meal planning and serving, travel plans, or football, all can make you lose the core meaning of Thanksgiving. And we forget to be grateful. Today we are looking at traditions that are simple, heartfelt, and fun. This should help you to recenter your holiday around genuine gratitude, making it memorable for your family and friends. You might try something new to your family, like the gratitude jar or a thankful tablecloth as traditions for your family to look forward to. I mentioned in my most recent live stream that our family made a tradition of inviting someone who would otherwise not have a family or a Thanksgiving meal. It may be someone you don't know, like maybe a military person. Opening your home and family must be friendly and trusting in these circumstances. We opened our home once to a couple from Venezuela. It was their first Thanksgiving in America. I served a full course meal with all the trimmings and a few extras that they brought for us to sample. It was a great time for us all as we exchanged cultural traditions. We also forged a new friendship with our neighbors. Maybe someone at your church doesn't have family to spend the holiday with. Ask the church office for names and numbers to call and invite. Go pick them up if necessary. Or maybe it's a new child at the local school who doesn't have anyone to be celebrating with. Call the school and ask. Be open and inviting as a host or hostess for a foster family or a new exchange student. It is all about the first Thanksgiving when the Native Americans brought food to the settlers for the long, hard winter ahead so that they wouldn't starve. Maybe plan a little homemade gift to send them home with. We once adopted a man from a senior living center. He couldn't come to our house, but we brought him a Thanksgiving meal. And for Christmas, a jacket, gloves, scarf, and hat. He was truly alone in the world with no family left. It was a good lesson in kindness for my daughters. We had no idea that these were the last acts of kindness for him. He stepped into eternity sometime before Easter that year. It's not just about saying thank you, but intentionally noticing and appreciating the good things, the big and small, in our lives. It's also about sharing a part of ourselves with others, whether community service or an intimate way of opening up doors for others to feel wanted and appreciated. Did you know gratitude has been scientifically linked to better sleep, improved relationships, and increased happiness? We also should include God in our Thanksgiving celebrations. After all, it is through His grace and mercy that we find all the good things in our life, all of our provisions and our faith, and that He is with us. His love endures in the good and bad times of life. The King James Version says in Psalms 104, "Enter into His gates with thanksgiving and into His courts with praise. Be thankful unto Him and bless His name." Traditions at the table. You can do a gratitude jar or a thankful scroll. How it works is you just have the guest write down something that they are thankful for when they arrive. The big reveal is when you read them aloud before the meal, inviting your guests to guess who wrote each one. Encourage your guests to write about non-material things and more about something personal like a special moment, personal growth, or a loved one. Make it last by making this a year-long tradition to read notes from the whole year on Thanksgiving Day. Then there's a living keepsake, the Thankful Tablecloth. Use a plain, washable tablecloth that is made of fabric and fabric markers. You might want to protect your table underneath by using a plastic cloth or a cardboard liner. Have your guests sign a note of gratitude, a memory, or a drawing directly on the tablecloth. The legacy is that you can wash and store it for years to come and reuse it and add to it each year. So be creative. Maybe say something like, "I'm grateful for my child's laughter," instead of, "I'm grateful for my family." The toast. Turn it into a round robin and toast using milk or juice in sippy cups to include all ages. Beyond the feast. Focusing on traditions that will extend the spirit of gratitude to others and into the rest of the day. You might try these. The kindness ministry or kindness mission by giving back. Expressing gratitude through action and a powerful tradition. Maybe do a themed Thanksgiving where guests bring non-perishable food items to fill a basket and donate to the local food pantry. Or have guests create a package for the local shelter, the homeless, or first responders. You could volunteer as a group by starting the morning at a local soup kitchen or cleanup event. Check your local nonprofits for ideas and ways that you can volunteer as a group. Practice personal reflection. Take a short family walk before or after dinner. Intentionally point out simple things you appreciate and invite everyone to share something. Family thank you notes are another great idea, where family or friends write out a blank card for teachers, neighbors, delivery drivers, or service members. Share family stories and recipes. You might ask each guest to bring a family favorite dessert with recipe cards already attached for each guest. It could be something the previous generation passed down, a value, a trait, or a story and a recipe. I recently shared my mama's Depression-era World War II recipe for Johnny cake cookies. Have you seen that video? I'll link it here. The chief pleasures in any possession is the pleasure of giving thanks for it. G.K. Chesterton. Here's a Thanksgiving poem just for you. The year has turned its circle, the seasons come and gone. The harvest all is gathered in, and labor's talk is done. And now to God with thankfulness our voices let us raise, for peace and plenty and the joy that crown the fleeting days. This year I challenge you to take at least one of the ideas presented here and comment that you're trying it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be present. What are some of your Thanksgiving traditions? Tag me on social media with #ThankfulGivingPod and tell me your new tradition. Before we close, here's a few more thoughts. In our home, we prepare a full meal from scratch, and we use recipes handed down through the family and a few of our favorite modern recipes. Planning ahead makes the meal easier, especially when using your home canned pantry. We pray before our meals. We might take a stroll around our property, checking on the yard birds, the freezers, the pantry, and just recognizing all that God has provided for us each and every day. We use what we have on hand for our meal, and that cuts down on the cost and helps us use up all of our home canned items and freezer foods. I might decorate with items we already have, or maybe it was items that were thrifted are found on a curb. Bringing the family into the meal prep teaches life lessons and brings the family together. This year has taught me that perseverance pays off. Not to be afraid of failures in life because they teach us valuable lessons, and to be thankful for the better health that I've received. Be sure you plan your meals around what you already have in your pantry and freezer. Use those homemade mixes, canned broths, and veggies and desserts. Make Thanksgiving about being present, not about perfection. Create those memories. Donate, volunteer, and be active in your Thanksgiving with your family and friends. Remember, it is God's goodness that is visible in our small everyday life, and we should always give Him thanks. And add those new traditions to our valued traditions. The most important is to be consistent and intentional by starting small. Our podcasts are every Tuesday at 6 a.m. Central Time. Videos are Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. There's a live every third Thursday of each month at 11 a.m. I'm kicking off a gingerbread Christmas, and the Thankful 50 Challenge 25 ends November the 30th. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Homestead Happenings. Our next podcast will be all about the Christmas spirit. Be blessed and a blessing. Happy Thanksgiving. Here's some content I think you might like. Thank you for visiting our homestead. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hype, and share to help our small channel grow. See you next time for more simple living, frugal tips, and farmyard fun.